What even is that emote supposed to be? I can't tell. My mic was muted. There we go. My cat done messed with my webcam again. She likes to... When I'm sitting here doing other stuff, she'll come and like sit right here and rub her face. Like the top left corner of my monitor is disgusting because of her, like, there's little nose prints all over it, and she knocks my webcam off all the time. But my normal Thursday night activities are not happening tonight. So I figured I'd stream. Normally I'm playing Warhammer on Thursday nights, but I'm not going tonight because there is a pre-release for Pokemon. The TCG. Yeah, I got my internet back finally. That made life a lot easier. Because, I mean, I spent like, man, like probably half my working day without internet because when was I even complaining about that? Yeah, 9 a.m. I get off like right around now. Okay, yeah, so I mean it was almost half my working day because I start working like 6 a.m. and I work 6 to 2. Gotta love having half my team be like based out on the East Coast, so I try to align better with them. But we're still working on the weapon attachments. This cable is bothering me. I got it halfway working. So now if I come down here and detach that, detach and reattach barrels. Can't do it with magazines yet. I can detach the magazine. Oh, that's... yeah, not entirely working, but... it's because... I'm not actually doing this correctly, and I was fixing it earlier and then started doing this and realized I don't want to do this a bunch of times. I think I'm just going to create a helper method in here that's sole job is to be creating these items. Create new inventory item. I guess I'm gonna leave, and that's gonna take in. It's gonna take in an attachment. And it's going to return an inventory item. What's that matter for? It was basically... I'll grab all that. Put that in there. Oh, geez. That's fine. How you doing, Fev? I forget. Are you the one that does the playdate stuff, or am I thinking of somebody else? Because I was looking into that playdate thing again, and it's it looks cool and I kind of want to mess with it. Yeah, I might dabble with that. I kind of want to dabble with it, but we'll see. Okay, so you. We want to return new item. The more I've been working on this game, the more that those tiny little games like seem to be more and more appealing. And I don't know, I think it's crazy. I've worked my way up to the point where I am fully capable of working on games to like of this large scope that I'm working on right now. And like when I was a beginner, all I wanted to do is make these big games that were like out of scope for me. And then now that I'm capable of making these larger scope games, all I want to do is make these smaller games. See, I've never done Lua, but I do know C. I haven't done C in a long time, but I do know C. Trying to think, what does Lua even look like? Let's drag this over here. Is it built off of C? I don't want books. This reference manual, there we go. Oh, you're gonna make me download it? Oh, there we go. Okay. Values and types, probably not what I'm looking for. I just want to see what it looks like. Oh, okay. Yeah, that doesn't really. I just want to see. There we go. The bot starred you out. Dude, I don't know how to configure the bot. I've tried to configure. I've messed with the settings so many times and it like doesn't ever seem to take. I don't have a chat big enough yet that I really care to fix it. It looks. Yeah, it looks very approachable. The C. Okay, yeah, so it is built off of C. Okay. Ah, Godot. I remember when I was a beginner dev in like high school, I like live and died by Godot. In fact, the old TI-84, the amount of time I wasted in school, like in high school, because this thing has a programming language inside of it, that I built like a full like RPG game on this thing, and it lived and died by Godot's. Yeah, I want to say honestly, my earliest days of programming were a computer science class I had in high school that like it kind of taught you, like it didn't really do anything. The most complex thing we did was like if statements. But then yeah, after I was done taking that class, I was doing a lot of programming on this thing. Because what I even did in here is I somehow managed to, because our math teacher would always make us clear the memory on these things for like tests and stuff, so that way you couldn't like save like formulas and stuff. I made a program in here that I could run that displayed that screen that said the memory was cleared, but it didn't actually clear the memory. So I got away with being, I basically was able to cheat on tests in high school because I made it look like my memory got cleared and it didn't. So I had everything I needed saved in there. Anyway, what was saying? Oh yeah, Blu-ray. Don't worry, man. I appreciate even the lurking. What's funny is okay, so I can actually rip this stuff out, but we'll get to that later. So what I want to do is have now am I able to do I need the physical device like immediately to, hey Chris, how's it going? But do I need the physical device of the Playdate to do like dev work on it, or is there like an emulator that I can like run on my computer and be able to like run this stuff without needing the actual like physical device? Okay, so this, yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I did, was fake it. I had faked the memory clear on my calculator so I could save equations in there. And okay, cool. That makes it that immediately makes it way more likely that I'm gonna play with Playdate stuff, since I don't have to buy the device immediately. But I do kind of want to get one because they seem pretty cool. All right, so okay, so I need an attachment here. So I'm just going to do bar new item is going to equal create new inventory item, like that. And then I should be able to just detach that. And then let's make sure that works before I go and write it before I go through and loop it on all the options. Yeah, Chris, I actually brought up the Playdate because I'm kind of tempted to play around with it. Okay, so that's not working yet, but this is working, and that's all I care about. But yeah, no, so basically how it started was I was joking about how when I first was starting out as like a new programmer, a new game developer, all I wanted to do was make these really big games that were horrendously out of scope for my abilities. And then now that I've gotten to where I am now, where I actually know what I'm doing, and I'm building like Zomclay, for example, that's actually, the scope of this game is way larger than even I thought it was going to be, but still not out of my reach. I've now sitting there going, man, those tiny little games seem so much more appealing to work on. So I finally got to the point where I can make these bigger games that I want to make, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that anymore. Okay, so what I need to do now is these guys got to come out of the if. And I basically need to do, I think there's something appealing to, and this was kind of what the whole point of Minigame Monday was for me before I like ended up running out of ideas to work on, where there's like something appealing about making a game and limiting yourself to like a couple mechanics and like that's it. Okay, so now that I changed that, let's make sure the magazines are working. And if the magazines are also working, I can kind of just go from here. Okay, so the magazines aren't working yet. Active Left Nut Magazine player remove items. There, set the focus. Oh, I'll have to look into... Actually, you know what? Let's... Oh, hold on. Let's do... Okay, fine. It's going to be on this screen. I'm on jams. There we go. It's the biggest one that I was... Bracky's Game Jam, September 8th. Okay, so the Playdate one's in October. Yeah, that would be... I might look into that. The one I really want to do is I want to try to get a team together for the Bracky's Game Jam. Because I can do that one. What is that? The 9th, the 8th to the 15th. So the second week in September. Yeah, I think that one's super attainable. But yeah, this is the one that I really want to try to get people to do with me. Active weapon barrel, active weapon magazine use attachment, resource path. I don't think so. I guess you guys are gonna make me reopen it now. I think Bracky's is open to anything. I don't see why he would limit it. Team voting's open. Which one do I like the most? The Village, Calm Before the Storm, Oceans. See, Oceans. We can make a fishing game with Chris. Unexpected Gift, Ancient Discovery, Trees, Who Is It, or Calm Down. Also, if you think I'm doxing myself with this, you guys already know my name. I definitely, because I use Visual Studio Code and my name's always up there, and I don't use this email. I'm actually surprised this is the email it opens. Yeah, I'm actually kind of leaning towards Ancient Discovery, because my initial gut reaction, or my gut feeling on that one, will be some sort of like mining or like an archaeological dig game. Which, like, I like that kind of idea really like speaks to me, because I could see like a game where you're like doing mining and you find all that, like, this old stuff. I kind of like that. I'm gonna vote for Ancient Discovery. Okay, so now to figure out why. Oh, that's why, because I don't actually... Rubles dot attachment type dot magazine. That I did not go into this script with I thought I had an idea of what this was going to look like, and it ended up not even remotely looking like it. And so my script has kind of gotten a little haywire in here, so I'm definitely going to have to do some refactoring at some point, but I just want to get this thing functional, and then I can go back and clean it up later. Just grab the one that actually has attachments. If I grab the magazine, I can pull it off and I can put them back on. If I take those off, get out of here, equip the gun. Oh yeah, this hasn't been updated yet for the new weapons, but if I go in here, you can see my gun has the grip and the stock, and that is it. And then now, oh, I gotta unequip it for now. As of right now, the game isn't able to handle modifying like an actively equipped gun. I gotta figure out how I want to tackle that. But yeah, so now if I go in here, attach the barrel, go into the magazine, attach a magazine, come back out, re-equip the gun. Actually, you can see in the inventory, it's got the sprites updated. And then when I come back in here, it's got all the pieces reattached. Oh my God. The amount of time it took me to get to this point has been a lot. There's so many moving parts in here. It's unreal. Yeah, it's obnoxious how much is in here. I was waiting for one of you guys to say that. Or well, I mean, what do you mean? It's totally. I don't have Unreal installed anymore, do I? I don't think I have Unreal installed anymore. Oh wait, because it's Epic Games. I was gonna try to meme, but I'm not surprised. I haven't used this in forever. Yeah, fine. Update. Don't care. Fine. What about oh geez, did I just actually I might have loaded Unity and not Unity Hub. We're about to freak out. Okay, so okay. Yeah, thank you, Epic. You and Unity just opened. Look at all the things I've done in Unity since I've downloaded it. Do I even have the engine? Okay, I do have the engine installed, but I've done nothing. I haven't had time. Okay, so weapon component. Just gonna grab that. Okay, so on the menu now, we need a couple more buttons. Barrel sort, magazine sort, sortie. And we need 1, 2, 3. We need 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're not gonna do anything special with them yet. They're just going to exist. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so they are at least in order. So it's gonna be handguard. This will be grip. This will be stock. And I don't actually need this one. I just can't count. Save that off, head back over to the script. I wish I would have called these sort buttons, but whatever. Stock. This will be grip. And this will be stock. That off. Attach these guys. quick sort. Okay. So we got all that out of the way. We gotta go through and do all this nonsense. Barrel magazine. So it's gonna be Vanguard sort button. Do I have the right number of parentheses there? Something's off. That needs to go away. That needs to go away. Just gonna grab all that. Rip. And stock. I was about to ask you, Fev, where you're getting all of these like emojis, and then I remember you're collecting you're collecting subscriptions nonstop. You've got a group working on an arcade cabinet near you and they want a custom game in it. Chris, you don't have a name for the fishing game yet, do you? It depends. I've done, but like, yeah, you could definitely run like a Raspberry Pi. You could run, I mean, basically any sort of like microcomputer and stuff is fully capable of running like a single, like small, like arcade style game on it. I remember like in college for one of my capstone for my comp sci degree, I built one of those like smart mirrors that has, you know, that it basically has like the display behind like a one-way mirror and stuff like that, so you could see like your social feed, weather, news, like all this stuff like displayed on it. Yeah, magic mirrors. I made one of those, and it was like solely powered off of a Raspberry Pi, like, and that was years ago on like a Pi 2 or something like that. The latest like Raspberry Pis are, those things are like sick. So yeah, like you use like an Raspberry Pi, or I think maybe Arduino can do them too. I don't know if they have video out on them. But yeah, that mirror is, to this day, that mirror is still functioning too, which is crazy. My sister has it, and it sits in her room. I would imagine, yeah, I think Godot is small enough. Yeah, I think Godot should be able to run. I mean, geez, I can run Godot on my, I don't know where it's over there, back there. I've got like a I got like an 8-year-old tablet that's able to run Godot. My laptop back there with the fried graphics card and is like 10 years old running Linux I can run Godot on. So like, yeah, I would imagine Godot could run, Godot could run on a Raspberry Pi. I've never tried it. I don't even know if I've got one anymore. I should have it laying around here somewhere, because I used to have a because I had a Raspberry Pi around here somewhere that's actually bothering me. I don't know, but it was running a Discord bot for me and my friends, and I had like a full-blown like RPG game, like a text-based RPG game that we were playing in our Discord, and that was where my Pi was, and I don't know what happened to that Pi. It was an ancient Pi though, so I don't know how well it would have worked anymore. Okay, so Okay, here's another bit where I can pull this out and send it to the. What do they mean by makerspace theme? Like, or wait, do you want the game to be like themed around makerspace? Because that would be. Yeah, I don't know how you would. I don't. Pepsi Man. I forgot about Pepsi Man. Okay, so I'm taking in an attachment. So up here. Equals create new inventory item. And I'll send it the barrel. What am I doing with this, though? What was I doing with this? I don't think I need this. Famous last words. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is like, I think of like a makerspace as like just an old like tech shop of like with CNC machines and 3D printing and tools and welding and that it feels like something you would definitely need to get more information on exactly what they want before you commit to it, because it seems so vague right now. Yeah, I used to be a part of a makerspace, and man, those places are so cool. If you can find a good makerspace, those places are awesome. I remember in how I got into this makerspace is this was back in college. I was home for the summer, and I was doing an IT like internship, so I was just working like help desk and stuff. But the lead, like the engineering manager, I became friends with him because he knew I was going to school for computer science, and he was into computers and blah 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 and stuff like that. I mean, he's like an engineer. He like loved building. He basically got like he wanted to, so he was part of this makerspace, and me and him and a bunch of other people, like basically once a week after work, we kind of just had like our own like engineering get together thing and stuff. And one of the things we did was we just like built things and stuff. And what I did was, back to using a Raspberry Pi, I found this kit online. So I got this piece of acrylic, and I took it to the makerspace and had it like laser cut to get all these like parts and stuff like that, and then attached like a bunch of stepper motors and stuff to it, and wired it up to a Raspberry Pi, and programmed the Raspberry Pi as a controller for this little robot arm to like move around and like grab stuff and everything. It was really cool. Alright, so we need to grab all of this stuff and basically copy paste a bunch of code. Yeah, I used to, when I didn't have a job, and I guess I can't say what I'm doing right now is like a cool thing that I'm building, but like when I was in college and had way more time, there was so many like projects and stuff that I did that involved like programming and stuff, that were, instead of software, were like actual like functional like machines, and I did a lot of embedded like systems and stuff, and it was really cool. And I just never ended up in that. I would love to do that as a job instead of doing like just plain old software that I do right now, but it's been a while. But I would love to actually get into like some form of like robotics or something like that and do that as for a living. doesn't want to tab correctly. Handguard. But it was always one of those things where like I would, I'd go into interviews and stuff like that, and everyone, got job, everyone would be like, oh, I'm passionate about like whatever field it is they work in and stuff like that. Everybody says that. It was cool to go into an interview and give them the like, I'm actually passionate about programming and building stuff and stuff, and to be able to also walk in with like this portfolio of like stuff that I did that wasn't even like, here's a web page that I made that's a like note taker or like a shopping list kind of application. Like I built like actual things, and it's cool. Job interviews love it when you show up with like wacky stuff like that you've built. It can be a lot of the robotics stuff that I've worked on, there's definitely a lot more to it than just programming, because there's like the electrical engineering side of it, like the wiring and not like, blowing in motors or capacitors and stuff, like, you gotta know what you're doing there so you don't like fry things. If you're designing the components yourself, you're gonna that right there is like mechanical engineering. You're gonna to design, like if I were like that robot arm I made, like I wouldn't have been able to like make those components myself. Probably, actually, I might have been able to, but like, yeah, it definitely, when you grow into building something like that and start using, you're starting to bring in so many more other like engineering practices that the knowledge base like grows quite a bit. But like basically how I learned how to do it was like, I knew how to program. I didn't necessarily know how to like write the controller to move my robot arm and everything and stuff, but like I knew how to program at least. So like when I built the robot arm, I had the physical parts for me sourced out. So then that was a whole practice in learning how to like use code to manipulate physical things and wiring things up and the electrical components behind it, stuff like that. And you kind of just pick a project and you source out most of the stuff and focus on one part, and then the next time you do something, you know how to do part A and part B, so then you can learn how to do part C. It's the same thing as like game dev when you think about it, when we have all these bits and pieces that are all like very different practices, where I've had to like learn how to do art, I've had to learn how to do animation, I had to learn how to do all this other stuff, and because the only thing I knew how to do coming into this was writing code. All right, so detach. Let's go ahead and grab all these guys. It's not wanting to format correctly. What's scary about doing like electronics though, and like starting to get into that realm, is like I always say like, oh, just try things when you're learning the code, because you're not going to break anything. When you start messing with actual wiring things up and actual electricity, like the just trying things gets a little bit scarier, because if you blow a motor, you have to buy a new motor. So that part kind of sucks, but that stuff's also like dirt cheap. I think you can individual like components like that, like stepper motors and stuff like that, are like cents. Like I remember that robot, I think I spent like a couple bucks and got like a bag of stepper motors. So it's when you get down to those specific tiny little electrical components, it's crazy how cheap they are. Even like little tiny like microchips that you put in the breadboards and stuff are only like ever a couple bucks. Yeah, actually, what I would recommend, if that's something that you want to, like, you would ever want to learn how to do, is actually what's funny is a lot of oh, I should not show my Amazon because that has my address on here. But like if you go into Amazon and look for like electrical engineering starter kits or something like that, you know, like these will even be more advanced than what I had. Where you get like a Raspberry Pi, breadboard, all these other components like potentiometers and the wirings and stepper motors and like everything that you need. And actually, here's what I can do. If I open this in incognito, I'm not signed in. Kind of. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, like a kit right here, $40. You get all sorts of stuff. And like, yeah, and that's kind of how you learn. When I started out, I had a... Oh, that's not what I want. I put it on the wrong screen. This is what I was talking about. For like $40, you know, you can get a kit that has like all of these things. And that's kind of how you get started out. I'm trying to find what I had when I was a kid. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely kits out there that you can... That's the problem, is why I don't tinker with stuff like that as much anymore, is because I can never just come up with like stuff that I want to do. And then of course all my free time is spent doing this. So that's why I say it's not that I'm not doing anything, because I'm building a game. That's like a cool thing, but I definitely wish I had more time to have other stuff. I need to look up this crow box that you keep talking about. Oh, it's literally a crow box. I understand now. Yeah, it's I've been messing around with the idea of building a getting back into that, and I kind of want to build a little RC, like I just want to build like an RC car from like scratch. I guess, you know, like not one that would be like racing wild or something like that, but basically a little vehicle I could drive around with like my phone or something and be like, look what I made. I did something similar to that in college also. Another project I did in my capstone, because we had two projects that we did. We made a yeah, so in my other project I did in my capstone was we made a one of those motorized longboards, right? And our whole thing is where like when you buy a longboard, they're like you have it's another piece of like tech you have to have on, because they always had remotes. So what we did is we took that longboard, you know, we wired up all the motors and all that stuff to get it to actually like drive and stuff, slap a Raspberry Pi on the bottom of that, and we made a mobile app on your phone that communicated to the Pi via Bluetooth. And so what we did was the safety for it was the entirety of the screen was just one large button. So you had to have your thumb on the screen in order for the thing to go. Otherwise it would cut the power and it would slow down as a safety mechanism. And then to speed up and slow down the longboard, you actually use the volume buttons on the side of your phone. So if you volumed up, it would speed up, and if you volumed down, it would slow down. And we did, and so we sent all that stuff via Bluetooth down to the... I never wrote it. There was something about the fact knowing that I was the one who wrote the software that was driving that thing. I was like, I want nothing to do with it. Actually, I shouldn't say I never wrote it. I wrote it in like slowly, like in the halls of the... I also don't skate, so that made it a little bit weirder. But like the other guy in the group who the longboard was like his idea. I mean, when we were done with that project, I watched him. I routinely saw him ripping around campus using the longboard that we built. So like it worked. But yeah, I wasn't brave enough to ride it. All right, so I need to grab all of this garbage again, and we gotta repeat this about 5 times. Okay, so that's. I'm gonna put a space in here. Yeah, I don't know if that says something about me as a developer where I'm not willing to use the things that I designed myself, but yeah, it is. He wrote it. He didn't kill himself with it, so I must have done well on it. Because the thing is too is like he himself, the guy who wrote it, he wasn't a CS student. He was a mechanical engineering student, because we were able to co-op our capstones. So like basically he did all of like the electrical components and the wiring and building the board and stuff, and then I did all the programming for it. And then so that we basically worked together on that project and turned it in as, so it was both a mechanical engineering and a computer science capstone project. Which they actually the school really liked when students did that, to like integrate cross-practice stuff together into one capstone project. You. Drop that down. And then you're going to be the stock. It's really cool. I am fully a supporter of like, if you're gonna get anything into anything like that's an engineering field, to like learn as many of the engineering practices as you can, because when you put all that knowledge like together, you can do some really cool things. And I wish there's some people I know that are like brilliant engineers, and I wish I was as smart as them, because some of the stuff that they're capable of doing is just nutty. Now I'm sure there's people that would probably say the same about the stuff I'm doing right now, but I don't know. It's like, it's cool. Okay, let's see if this works. So we've got a gun with no attachments on it. Grab a barrel, grab a magazine, grab a handguard, grab a grip, grab a stock, and then just to make it obvious, let's get rid of the barrel on this guy so we can really see who it is. So this gun I just completely assembled, and there it is. I do watch a lot of engineering YouTube. Not as much anymore. I don't know why. But like one of the guys, like, or Mark, I love Mark Rober. The Christmas glitter bomb things were hilarious. Oh, you want me to shoot something? All right. Let me. Do I even have? Okay, so that's BP. I gotta fix it because this is broken. Yeah, but like Mark Rober, just all of the stuff he does is just, it's so cool. All right, let's go shoot. Oh, actually, this will be a good test to see if, now that I'm switching scenes, let's see if my gun stays assembled. And it looks like it did. And the other one's still missing its barrel. I don't know if I have anything. Okay, yeah, I can shoot these guys. And if I give him a minute, he's going to turn into a zombie. Now he's dead, and I can go loot whatever it is he had on him. Which, I'm going to go ahead and take that. I'll equip it. Changes my sprite. Oh man, it's so nice. Getting this thing working is such, it has been, yeah, this has been such a, getting this done was such a big deal to me, because it's the first like significant chunk of progress I've gotten done in a while, because I've been doing a lot of like other things in the game, and it's such a significant feature to the game that it just makes it feel so much more of a game. Oh yeah, I've been doing such a bad job of like posting like updates and stuff. Yeah, it's definitely coming along. Any chance of a fake zombie death, like you go loot and get bit? Kinda, I guess, not in the way that you're asking. Because I guess I never thought about the idea of like a zombie going down and then getting bit anyway. Yeah, no, it is halfway related to it is halfway related to something that I was tinkering with, because I did kind of want to have yeah, I kind of wanted to have the idea of like you walk up to an area and there's like a zombie laying on the ground and they could just get up and attack you. But the closest I've gotten to that implementation is what you saw here, where when you kill that guy, he'll return. Because the idea with this mechanic right here is obviously the timer is going to be much longer. Like it's still set to like 5 seconds or something for testing. But with the dynamic nature of the world and how like the different factions in the game can like interact with each other and fight each other and stuff, if 2 bandit camps ended up fighting each other and they killed a bunch of guys, I want you to be able to walk up to a camp, see dead bodies, and not know how safe it is, because you'll see a body and go, because there's also not even a chance that the person will turn into a zombie either. Like you could go up into a dead body, and if you didn't kill it, it makes, I mean, even if you did kill it, you won't know if it'll turn into a zombie or not. But it's even worse if you walk up to just a dead body and you have no idea how long it's been laying there. So like it makes looting a little bit harder, because you could be looting and then all of a sudden a couple dead bodies suddenly decide to raise and attack you. None of that stuff is like implemented yet. I literally just got the having an NPC. Yeah. It was hard enough just for me to get the when the NPC dies, to get them to die, drop their inventory for you to loot it, but then have it spawn a zombie and then re-put the inventory into the zombie. So I got 2 answers to why it's not going to be multiplayer. It's not going to be multiplayer. One of them is the game is heavily inspired by Tarkov, and I personally know tons of people that would love to play a game like Tarkov, but they don't like the PvP elements of it. So it's more for, it's a single player like extraction looter, which definitely has like a market for people. But then the actual answer is I don't know how to do multiplayer. The real technical answer is I just don't know how to do it. I shouldn't say I don't know how to do it. I kind of know how to do it, but it's a lot, and I've never built a game to this scale ever anyway. So mixing both the most complex game I've ever made before alongside trying to throw multiplayer in for the first time too just didn't seem like something that was gonna go well for me. But now that am tackling this and I kind of know how a lot of these systems work, and I can, yeah, because the problem with multiplayer is you basically have to design the game from the ground up with multiplayer in mind, which is hard to do when you don't. Well, there's a lot of systems in this game I've never built before. I didn't know what they looked like. Now that I know what they look like, it'll be easier to start a new game knowing what stuff needs to look like far along and be able to code like the multiplayer to go along with it. What did I do? Oh. But okay, cool. So, oh, no worries, Chris. Thanks for hanging out. But this window is, oh yeah, you too, Fev. Have fun in your meeting. But yeah, this UI definitely is not, the UI is not pretty yet. Obviously, like, this is a better done UI versus this was just get stuff functional and working. It makes me so happy to see this working. This was something that I was putting off for so long. I only have one grip and one stock, apparently. Oh, the stock's not working. Why is the stock not working? Okay, that makes it harder because, okay, so there's still a couple of parts that aren't entirely working correctly. What did I break? An actual plugin, I'm not sure. I've never looked. I kind of want to, because a lot of the debugging leaves a lot to be desired. It was literally just working. Why does it not work now? Barrel, grip. Grab you. Let's take that while we're at it. Save that off. I need a stock to spawn. There we go. Okay, so oops. I need take you off. There we go. So barrel, magazine, handguard, grip. Okay, so I'm getting a handguard when I'm loading stocks. Stock. Okay, that's not what I want. This is what I want. There we go. Yeah, we've got at work, I forget what it's called offhand, but we got some really nice debugging tools at work that I wish I had access to, or access to when I'm working on this, but it is what it is. I kind of just gotten used to Godot at this point. And it's quirks that I've kind of figured out how to deal with Godot's weirdness with debugging, but I really wish they had some better built-in tools. Okay, the stocks are still being funky. Oh, right here. Gotta love copy pasting code. I think a lot of the two that I haven't really run into issues with some of the debuggers is some of the stuff, a lot of the stuff in the game isn't like super complex. So when I'm running into a weird bug in the game, I probably 9 times out of 10 I can tell you exactly where in my code it's doing it. So that always helps. There we go. Now it's okay. So the stocks are still acting up, which means I copy pasted code incorrectly somewhere. Sense. Especially when I'm actively working on it, like this stuff, like I'm actively working on right now. When there's a weird bug, I can tell you exactly where it is. If something bugged out in like my inventory system, it might take me a minute because I haven't looked at that code in a while. Okay, so stock. Is it just the stocks that are bugging out? Barrel, I can, everything works there. Handguard, can detach, reattach. Actually, let's, while we're at it, let's take you, remove you, remove you, remove you, remove you. Weird. This is gonna break when I click this. Oh. Okay, so when I'm equipping a stock, something is not getting set right. Attach. Is the stock itself not set up correctly? No, the actual resource is correct. Okay, hang on. I need to understand what's happening. So let's get rid of that guy. Let's save with the gun not equipped so I don't have to keep doing that. Okay, so this guy. Let's do this guy. When I click stock, right there. I click this guy. It's there. Something still okay. Actually, the barrel makes sense because it's. I'm not clearing this thing out, but. It's just the stock that's doing it. Set. When I remove remove the stock. All right, let's actually step through this. Because now I actually don't understand what's happening. Do I have a stock? Okay, I do have a stock in my inventory. Okay. So, I'm removing the stock. Cool. Sets the stock to null. And then takes that attachment and adds it back to my inventory. Gotcha. We gotta load the inventory, which load inventory I don't think. Okay, yeah, load inventory is literally just loading the guns on the side, so that's fine. F10, draw weapon. That shouldn't be it because it's... That draw weapon never calls. Means it's gotta be in sort attachments. If I go over to sort attachment, go to the container, set the sort state to the type that we got. This is going to take a second to get through because the inventory is kind of big. Nope. Barrel should skip over. Magazine skip over. Handguard will skip over. Grip it'll step over. Stock. Found it. Get rid of that. That was probably why stocks weren't working. That's a bug still, but we just lose items. Actually, if I go... Oh, I straight up lose them. Okay. All right. So... When I attach an item, so we'll do the barrel. Start with the barrel, for example. I'm loading the attachment, sending it to this guy to get me an inventory item, setting it here, and I'm sending that inventory item to detach. And in here, interesting that it's not. I'll be right back. Getting hot in here. I need to move my fan. See, okay, so I'm loading everything twice, which isn't ideal, but that's something I can deal with later. But why is it not if I... Okay, so let's go right here. So when I attach, it's not... Okay, so it has a barrel equipped, so it should go in here. Here it's doing those things, it's going to attach. So when I go to detach, I'm going to step into that. Hold on, that didn't do what I expected it to do. We're going to go in. Oh, hold up. Okay, hold up. I think I see what the issue is. F10, F10, F11. So if the item is an inventory item attachment, it's got to step in there. And it's not. But why? Because if I remove this guy, it removes just fine. I'm gonna remove it. That does go in there. Oh, okay, okay. Polymorphism's failing me here. Oh, I saw that breakpoint then. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go. There we go. Get rid of that breakpoint. I think there's another breakpoint up here. There we go. Now it's... It'd be easier to tell if these were like different sprites, but it's definitely swapping them correctly now. The stock is working correctly. I can swap them. I can... Okay, cool. Now, if I grab this guy, handguard, got one of those bad boys, barrel, slap that guy on. This guy, can go into barrels, slap you on, slap a magazine on, slap a handguard, rip, and stock. And I've got 3 completely built AK-47s. If I save this, cancel that, load back into the game, they're all completely built. Oh my god. So last thing I need to test then is if I go through here and I just get rid of everything. I have a ton of parts in my inventory. All right. So we got a couple more steps to do on this feature. For starters, I need to craft a gun again. So when I have I need to make a lot of UI elements still here, because I want, when I hover over these, they tell you what they are. I want like I need a window that says the stats of the gun. I need a way for this window to let you know if a gun is usable or not, because like obviously if the gun without a magazine, this thing's not able to be used, so I won't even allow the player to equip it. So I'm gonna have to do a check for that. On top of that, I need I want in like the drop down for a gun to have like all the different, it'll list the components that are missing. So I need to add that to this window. I need to redo this to actually take into account all of the sprites that are making up the gun now, because as you can see in the inventory, it's fully there, but then when I equip it, it's gone. And then there's a couple weirdness, like if you look in the inventory, they're like the little slot right here, the sprites aren't lining up correctly. I don't know what's going to happen here yet. On the player itself, they're lining up correctly, and then in this window, they're lining up correctly. And here's another instance. So it's specifically these inventory item like UI slots that they're not lining up correctly. So I got to figure that out. And then beyond like creating like the actual and then the final thing I need to do is actually have stats attached to each of these components and have the components affect how the gun is shooting over in the weapon component. So we definitely still got some work to do, but I'm really, really happy with this, because this is just something cool and tangible that I can actually like show people. Alright, so let's move on to drawing let's draw the weapon on the inventory screen. Inventory screen. Sprite, weapon sprite. We're gonna need to add a couple of these bad boys. I think 5 of them. Handguard, a magazine. Grip and the stock. Oh, I'm out of stupid carpet in this office. Save that, and then what we need to do then is in the script itself, we need to weapon. Do you have the UI button that how did I do this here? Yeah, I need the resource and then the I think we definitely need to just make a draw. I don't know if I want to put that in the inventory, like the open inventory function doesn't necessarily need to do this, but we can pull this out later. So var weapon equal load here dot weapon component dot weapon as weapon. Oh, that is the weapon itself. Okay. So I can just do that. Which means now we can just do, we can cut this down to weapon. And then now it's, oh, I need all of these. Barrel sprite, the handguard sprite. Magazine sprite, grip sprite, and the stock sprite. Hi, Zephon. Okay, so now we got that. Let's grab over here. I need to pull these guys all out into export categories, but oh, hello. You really forced your way up in here. Can I help you, Miss Zeppelin? If you want to, lay down. Lay down over there, but I need you to not be in front of my monitor. Just lay down and go to sleep. You're fine. Be a good desk kitty. Come on. So barrel sprite dot position is going to equal weapon dot barrel position. I guess gotta go down the list. And then the last one's gonna be the stock sprite. Dot stock position, and now I gotta go through the effort of loading every single one of these, which I should have done somewhere in here. Probably just grab all of this. Okay, and then bar, weapon, inventory item. Grab the let's grab that guy. Weapon inventory item not declared in the current scope. Yeah, it is. It's right here. Oh. There we go. That should draw it to the screen. And something isn't happy. All right. That's right, resource top weapon. I can probably just do load open inventory item dots. That. Oh, Zeppelin, you just cannot sit still, can you? There we go. The barrel's like offset again for some unknown reason. It's literally just that hand. Oh, I need to unequip this bad boy. Oh yeah, I don't clear everything else yet. I gotta handle that, but that's fine. Take the handguard off. The handguard kind of lines up correctly. And then there should be, you're just below the one light piece. Yeah, so it's just that handguard is not lining up correctly in the... And then everything's all sorts out of whack here, but... while we're... Actually, we can do this easily. For sprite in weapon sprite dot get children sprite dot texture equals null. So now I should be able to equip this bad boy and unequip it, and it's gone. Cool. We're gonna have to redesign this because I'm overlapping on the... I should be honest, I could just raise him up a bit and it's probably be fine. Let's just raise him up a bit. That's the easiest thing to do. Do like 375, maybe 350. There we go. Now he's not overlapping. He might need to raise up with just a smidge more depending on the guns, but want to see. I've got a... That's where she decided to... Oops, I can't turn anymore. There we go. That's where she just decided to relax and chill. Only could get her to do that more often. I don't understand how it... What's different here. Yeah, like all of your transforms are 0-0, so like it should line up. And it's so inconsistent on its ability to line up because in the inventory doesn't work. On here doesn't work. In the world works fine. In the crafting bench works fine. I don't think it's something I'm necessarily going to concern myself with for the time being, but yeah. So the last thing I need to do is on the inventory. Do all that again inside the... I should be able to just create the weapon sprite on that. Okay. So in here, say equipped weapon dot create weapon sprite. Equipped weapon dot item. That should just draw it there. It's all sorts of wacko in that. That's even different than in... Because what am I doing in here? Let's write that texture load. Then in here, put that texture. Why it's so inconsistent, and I don't know why. Is there something that I'm doing in the like? Getting these damn sprites to line up is going to be like the end of me. Because like these aren't even loading in the right size. At least over here they're loading in the right size. They're just in the wrong position. You know what, don't even care. We'll worry about the sprites later. So what I need to do now. I don't want to do that. There's no button to just like. Oh. That's so cool. Okay, I'm glad I found that. Thumbnails. Oh god, I hate that. Okay. So what do we need? This is gonna be in UI. Item description. Grab you. Okay. What we're gonna have to do is, oh, I made this just a monstrous. Oh no, we load the weapon in. Okay. Okay, so we need to. Oh, okay, we need you. You, drop you, drop you, drop you. So we need to, in this container, we're gonna add a. Oops, nope. That's what we want. A vertical box. A V box. V box. Missing. Yep. Oh yeah, thanks for hanging out, man. I'm working on getting my schedule more stable. I'm trying to find a time frame that actually works for me that I can consistently hit. But definitely trying to do this more consistently. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, man. I'll see you later. It's gonna be the missing components container. Box container. I might have to. We'll see what happens here. So the weapon. If so, let's start like the top of the list here. So let's do. Okay, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to cast that so we have the item to make this easier, and this will work because it has the. So if item dot if and underscore weapon dot barrel required. We're gonna do var create missing component label. Let's do that. Actually, we need to be consistent. Let's call this an attachment. Attachment string. I'll pass this for now. Grab that. Come back up here. Var label. Equals label dot new. Label dot text equals figured out a elegant way to send this, but that's for now. And then label dot color, label dot what's it called? Oh, what's it called? Modulate. Color dot, not that, color dot red. And we'll do missing components container dot add child. Label. So now if I go back to this guy, scope required, muscles required, barrels required. Okay, so everything's already required. Neat. That means if I play this, we should be able to. Nope. Oh no, I wanted to see what the error was. Okay, wait for the response. On a null. Oh, I forgot to every time. Okay, well, it's definitely. Oh, I see what's happening. Clear. For child node in missing get children, not child. Do child.queueFree. barrel. Cool. So now it tells you when it's missing components. Now we can just go on down the list. Handguard, magazine. Rip. Wired. Rip. The last one's gonna be stock. So stock we got. Handguard we got, grip we got, barrel we got, magazine we got, so it's just muzzle and scope. Let's just go ahead. I don't think these will ever be required. I should put them in anyway. You don't actually have scope yet. Okay. That in there, so I know that. So you're good. It's in the barrel of hanger. Now if I come over here, I grab this guy and I take your stock off, and I also take the magazine off. Voila! Oh. All right. Top of the hour. Not ending, but my water bottle's empty and I really gotta go to the bathroom, so I will be right back. All right, we're back. This is really exciting. So like this guy, let's go ahead and put a barrel on you, a grip, and a magazine. Put a stock on you too. And this one's just gonna have everything. Okay. God, I don't think it'd be understated just how stoked I am to actually have this working. This was such a huge thing. And I think it definitely, like, basically right after I'm done streaming, I'm gonna wrap all this stuff up, and after stream I'm gonna record like me talking through how this whole system works and everything, and post it in the Discords, because I'm really excited about it. What do I want to work on now, though? That's the question. I got a few things I still could do. I think weirdly one of the things. Hi. Hi's up one. I don't know how I want to check the... I know I need the data check for if this isn't able to be equipped. Actually, I think what we want to do right away at the top is Zeppelin, I need you to move. So I think the first thing I need to do is I'm gonna take this guy, and first thing I'm gonna do is load this guy. Basically, I'm gonna do a var can equip equals true. Then I'm gonna basically do if I gotta do this whole guy back here. Or no, that's in the item description. Grab this whole bit into the weapon component, and we're gonna drop this right here. We're gonna set can equip. so the so any of these get triggered, it's going to switch can't equip to false, and then it's going to immediately, first thing it's going to do is check if you can't even equip it. If you can't equip it, it's not, won't let you. So, like, so this guy. Inventory. What did that break? Okay, I clearly have this doing something funky. Okay, so let's run through this and see what happens. So I have nothing. I equip this guy. Cool. First thing I'm gonna do is can't equip, true. Okay, I see what I did. I use it in a lot of places. Okay. What did it look like before? Now I'm curious. Okay, oh, so it hung out right here after. Okay, so basically bar weapon underscore resource. is. That's why. You're still, what are you hitting now? Oh, it's my breakpoint. That's right. So, whip that guy. Cool. That hits. Everything's good. Try to hook up you. F10. False. 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 I think we're in the clear. Oh, wait. Why am I still hitting unequipped weapon? Oh, you know, because probably the inventory. Still trying to. Interesting. Open my inventory. About any of that. Button.connect item selected. Use item. Use item. So if it's a weapon, if equipped weapon. Why? But wait, okay, hold on. So I'm telling the weapon component to unequip here, but then in here, equip weapon, weapon component, equip weapon. So if I come up here, I'm checking again. What happens if I remove that? Interesting. So we're calling it twice. You shouldn't be doing that. Interesting. I don't know why it was doing it twice. That's... Huh? I did that. Okay, so that change I made definitely... Did I do? Initialize loot drop. Okay. Interesting. Of course, the debugger sucks in here. I might have to add a dude into my main scene. Item. All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna uncomment these guys. We're gonna uncomment these guys. Then we're gonna go back into the weapon component and uncomment that there. But then, so we're just gonna go back into the here. Oops, no, actually it wasn't here. We're just gonna do that. Oh, hey Fev, how's it going? How was your meeting? Something's not getting cleared out correctly when I... Well, as you can see, I've got you can see there's little warnings when it's missing components that are necessary. So like this guy right here is missing a barrel, handguard, magazine, and grip. And then if I add a barrel, the grip, like add all these guys, exit out here, you'll see the only thing that's missing is handguard now to shoot. Somewhere, somehow, I broke the loot drops for enemies, which doesn't make sense, but because I never touched it, so I'm gonna run over here and just make sure I unbroke it. No, something. What did I touch? Oh wait, there's a breakpoint still in there. Okay. I panicked for a second. Oh my god, the editor, when I'm in specifically the forest, I cannot touch anything in the editor or it just lags. I think this is easier if I just kill this and get rid of that breakpoint. There we go. Let's just rerun this. Oh, yeah, doing presentations is always fun, I guess. Depends on the audience. By class, do you mean like a school class? How did what I did break that? Drop add item to inventory. Add to inventory. Add to... Okay, like all I did, so for some reason in the inventory, when I equip an item, If equipped weapon dot item is equipped weapon. Yeah, in here I check if I have an equipped item, and if I do, I manually call unequipped weapon. But then down here, I also tell the player to equip the weapon. The weird thing is if I go into equip weapon, the first thing I do... Okay, no, fine. So in here it says equip weapon. I send it the weapon. And I call weapon component equip weapon. So I'm going to come up here. Literally one of the things I do in here is I check if there's a weapon and I unequip it. So I don't understand why over here, I'm telling it to unequip and then equip. But the problem was is when I got rid of this, it broke the loot drop on the NPCs when I killed them for some reason. And I don't understand why. So I think what I'm going to do before I horrendously break anything is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to commit these changes. Oops, 43 dots. Weapon, mod bench, mood bench, too many O's. So I'm going to go ahead and commit these changes. That way they are there. And now if I break something, I can just revert easier. Oh. Kitty in the window. Probably can't see her because the light is like blowing out the camera. But she's there. She's right there. So whatever's happening here, I need to... Apparently I need to leave that. I don't understand why. I'm just not even going to attempt it right now, mess with it right now. What sucks is the fact that I'm gonna completely get rid of this. Like, see, it's gone. All I'm gonna do is convert the item into an inventory item weapon, and I'm going to equip it. So why? Actually, before I go in there, actually, you know what? We're going to do something different. We're going to go into the hideout. We're going to grab this guy. Put you back here. Then on top of that, I want to see what that did. Okay, so that didn't kill him. Okay. Okay. Is there something weird about them being instantiated here? No. Okay. I think it has something to do with the fact that so when I use the item, use item. If the item type is a weapon, cool, equip it. It's armor, cool, equip it. Reload the inventory. Reload inventory. Closes the inventory and reopens it. What does closing the inventory do? Closing the inventory. Get rid of some stuff, and then it's going to open the inventory. Okay. So then why in the weapon component can I not do that? What? So suddenly enemy base, when it dies, you initialize a loot drop. It takes in a loot drop. Is it because it's called no, that shouldn't. What? Oh, okay. I got it. I understand what's happening here. When this guy spawns in, he's equipping the weapon. However, so what's happening is when it equips the weapon, it's not doing it because it doesn't have the attachments, because I'm not giving it the attachments he needs. That's what's going on. It's because I'm equipping the NPCs in the most jank way ever, because I haven't actually like fully implemented them, that I'm equipping this weapon, it doesn't get equipped, and then its code is assuming that it's okay. Okay. I'm not mad about this anymore, so I bet you now if I give them a different gun that doesn't like, if I give them a pistol, it's like, okay, ready, watch this. If I go into this gun now, I make that not required, that not required, that not required, that not required. If I make none of this stuff required, and I save this, when I kill him, it's gonna work just fine. See? Oh, Christ. Okay. Okay, I figured it out. That's... programming, man. This is why regression tests exist. Because that was breaking for just no reason, because I was like, that doesn't make sense. It makes complete sense because the weapon wasn't equipping. So stock's not required, the handguard's required, the grip is required, the barrel is required, the magazine is required. Muzzle's not required. Okay, so all that stuff is gonna be required. So if I go in here, I do weapon dot handguard equals me hunt this thing down. Pop that in there. Weapon dot grip equals now notice how instead of fixing the problem, I'm just putting a bigger band-aid on it. But that's because this is a much bigger fix that's going to come later on down the road. Okay, so now he's got a full-on gun. When I kill him, he dies fine. Okay. Holy Christ. Gotta love coding. But on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day for now, because I got like 20 or like actually it's like 5 minutes left. I had to sneak out just a smidge early today. I feel like I say that a lot. I'm working on getting my schedule like reevaluated and finding a time that I can actually like consistently do it. But since I got people in here, I got like 5 whole viewers. I'm gonna go ahead and do a raid. I don't know how to do this, so we're gonna go. Steve is streaming. Okay, cool. I'll send him all over. Oh, okay. Oh dear, that's not what I wanted. Can I do it from here? I don't even know. Oh God, what's his name? Steve. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know his Twitch username. Steve Nice Herring, that's right. There we go. It's this guy, right? How do I raid? Oh wait, I don't even do it from here, do I? Yeah, I thought I could do it through here. Let's grab his username. And then we're gonna go back over here because I know it's in here. Streaming tools, nope. View rewards, nope. Community, nope. Content, nope. Stream manager, maybe. Nope. Awkward. How do I raid? I used to know how to do this. Look, I got like 6 whole people in here now. Who joined? Oh, okay, the number's just off. I forget how to do this. Is it just /raid username in the chat? Oh. Like this? I don't know if that worked. Oh, it said invalid username. Okay. Let's do that. There we go. Figured it out. Well, on that note, I will see you next time. See ya.
Tell me your deepest, darkest secrets. Shit. Lethal, welcome in. I'm Steve. Love to have you guys in here. Yo, what's good? I got you, my friend. Everybody check out Lethal. Lethal, what'd you play? What were you playing tonight? Tell us. Tell our chat. Doing some game dev. Oh, damn. Okay, so you're part of, like, the Anxious Buddha crew. You know him? I'm sure. I love that shit. Dude, I gotta check out your streams, too, because, I'll be honest.
I'm taking a leak. Look away.
Buddha's really funny, and yeah, I watch him making his game while I work sometimes, so. What kind of game are you developing? Tell our chat. Dude, I always ask what game you're developing. Tell our chat all about it. Alright, let me heal you up. This Huntress is weird. She's catching me off guard. It's like a 2D extraction shooter. 2D extraction shooter. I like that. Actually gonna have a decent update video. I'm gonna drop in Buddha's Discord sometime today. Okay. Dude, I really wish I joined that while I was in his chat, but I will join it next time I join him. Next time I sit in on his shit, I'll ask for the Discord link. But that sounds like, so think like Tarkov. Okay. Dude, I'm playing Tarkov tomorrow, by the way, if you're a big fan. Okay, that was fucking terrible. Yeah. No, it's okay, Bleach Boy. You're fine. The best thing you can do again with us as a team is do some gens. That's it. Scissors here. Hey, yo. You love Tarkov, your computer's ass and can't run it right now. Fuck. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. I'm really bad at it, but I love it, dude.
No.
I think I'm dead. Huntress, Huntress. Listen, Huntress, Huntress. No, don't do this. Listen, listen, listen. What you can do here, lady, what you can do is let me stun you with a pallet 2 times. 2 times for the 2 times. Damn it. So lethal injection and raid. What we're trying to do right now, and thank you for the follow, by the way, darling. Alright, so what we're trying to do right now, they came out with a perk in this game. It's this one right here. The one that's not dulled out, the top one, right? That perk allows us, if we stun a killer with a pallet, it upgrades our item to the next tier of item, which are rare. They get to be rare, especially the purple flashlights. So, what I'm trying to do... Oh, GG's. Let me change the stream title, because that's not what we're doing today. We're not trying to make people DC. One moment. I can do this for you guys. Dude, this guy was just too good. He's like, usually Steves are god tier. I mean, what can I say? Bad games happen. Let me see. I don't even feel like it was a bad game. I feel like we played well. But still. Yeah, but I'll have to check out tomorrow if you're doing some Tarkov. Gotta head out there, so I'll see you around. Hey, Lethal, thank you for the raid, man. It's greatly appreciated. If anyone hasn't checked out Lethal, and if you want to be a game dev, you should probably start by checking out our boy over here. Fev, shake that ass more. Spam me with more shake ass emotes. Now. Now! I'm awful at it. Why do you think I'm making my own? Yeah, okay, good. You're just like me then. I didn't notice that. Mad respect. Yo, if that Huntress is here. Love you, darling. That was a good game. Literally every single pallet I tried to throw on her face, she just instantly 180'd it. Absolutely countered by no perk, just movement. Let it be known, she's just better. Fuck. She's just better, guys. Listen, and I hope you guys come for the lulz, not the gameplay, by the way.